Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Awakening Heart Community of Mindful Living here at Dallas Meditation Center. It's a special Sunday for us, and I'm glad you could join us. And if you're here for the first time and just found us on YouTube, welcome. It will be a very simple practice that is intentionally easy to follow. And those of you who've been here many times, welcome to you as well. We will be sharing and having dharma sharing with our special guests after the talk is over on Zoom. I will put that link up in the window for you, in the chat window, and I welcome all of you to check in on the chat window on YouTube, and I will read your hellos there. And it's good, always good to see you when we're here talking to a computer screen. It's nice to see there's some other people on the other side. And then also we would like to present a gift to the monastery and to our guests. And we have put up a link for that where you can contribute to that. And I'll put that link in the window as well. But it's dallasmeditationcenter.com/interbeing, or you can text the word interbeing to the number 44321. Well, I'll turn it over to Bobby, and then we'll begin with 3 bells.
Hello, and I'll add my welcome to Cornell's welcome. So glad you could join us this evening. We always like to begin with an opening affirmation. When we're meeting here in person, we would invite you to tell us something you're grateful for. So if you want to write that in the chat window, that would be great. So the Awakening Heart opening affirmation. Noble community, we gather here now to honor the way of peace and nonviolence, the way of beauty and joy and beauty, in solidarity with one another, with all humanity, and with all life on earth. Friends on the path, we gather here now to deepen our solidity like a mountain and to renew our freshness like a flower. Through mindful sitting and walking, mindful singing and breathing, and mindful speaking and listening. Friends of awakening, we gather here now to celebrate the one infinite light that shines through many religions and many cultures, to cultivate the wisdom of our many teachers, both ancestral and contemporary, and to affirm the capacity within ourselves and all persons of every race, gender, orientation, and tradition to realize full and complete enlightenment. So we are especially delighted to have 3 of our brothers and sisters from Magnolia Grove Monastery to be with us this evening. Ngheim is kind of known to us because she was here a few weeks ago and spoke to the Wake Up Dallas group. And our guided meditation will be offered by Ngheim. And then also accompanying them is Brother Clarity. So thank you all so much for being here. We're really happy to have you here. And I especially am happy because I know I would have been at Magnolia Grove at some point later to this month or this year, but now I won't be able to go. So I'm happy to see a little bit of Magnolia Grove behind you. So thank you again for being here. I would like to read a short contemplation before sitting, and then we will enjoy our guided meditation. The Sangha is invited to go back to our breathing so that our collective energy of mindfulness brings us together as an organism, going as a river with no more separation. Let the whole Sangha breathe as one body, generate peace as one body, be free as one body. Let us transcend the boundaries of a delusive self, liberating ourselves from the superiority complex, the inferiority complex, and the equality complex.
Dear brother, dear sister, and dear friends, there is a slight change on the schedule. Sister Ngheim will help to do the evening chanting, and Brother Clarity will help to do the guided sitting meditation. Yes. So please, brother and sister, let us start.
Dear respected dear brothers, sisters, and friends, this afternoon we will have a sitting meditation together. Now, please sit upright, relax your body, and enjoy the
So now I would like to start with the evening chant.
Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. In, out. Breathing in, my breath grows deep. Breathing out, my breath goes slowly. Deep, slow. Breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing out, I feel ease, calm, ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Smile, release. Breathing in, There is space while sitting. Breathing out. There is space while breathing. Is while sitting. Is while breathing. Breathing in is the sitting. Breathing out is the breathing. Is the sitting. Is the breathing. Sangha, the pleasure of sitting meditation is over. Please open your eyes slowly and take a few minutes to massage your head, your shoulder, your back, your hands. Thank you.
Dear respected Thầy, dear brother, dear sister, and dear friends, before we start the sharing tonight, I would like to invite Brother Clarity to invite three sounds of the bell. Let us continue to cultivate the peace and the mindfulness that we just did for 30 minutes as we listen to three sounds of the bell. Thank you. Good evening, dear respected Thầy, dear brother, dear sister, and dear friends. Thank you so much for joining us today for our practice session together with us. It's always nourishing to know that friends put aside all of your planning, your projects, to take some time to meditate, sit, breathe, and allow the dharma to permeate deeply into us. This is a very wonderful gift you offer to yourself. So we would like to give you flowers. We are also very happy to be here with you in turbulent, challenging, and I like to add, awakening time, precious time like this. The monastics also find ways to be in contact with the lay friends. So thanks to technology, this is possible. These days, whenever we write letters to someone, and challenging time. As we know, all these three words are quite, it sounds a little bit sad, right? Because it reflects the truth. It is surely a time of turbulent, difficult, and challenging time. However, let us add positive adjectives beside that and not just the negative adjectives. We can also say, and perhaps even in the midst of this difficult, challenging, and turbulent time, it is also an awakened time. It is also a precious time. it is also a time for opportunity. Opportunity for us to be together in many different forms. The theme for tonight's practice is called Peacefully Together. When you see the three monastics sitting here, are you able to feel the peace? Sister Sunya, do you feel peaceful sitting here with us?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Brother Clarity, do you feel peaceful?
Yes.
Yes, of course. So I don't know about you, but three of us here feel very peaceful. And so I asked myself, what are some of the conditions that make us, these three monastics sitting here, feel so peaceful? And here's my answer. Because there's harmony in three of us, right? Sister Sunyam and Brother Chantal.
Yes.
Right? We are able to communicate well before this session. All three of us were quite informed about the schedule of this session. And each one of us knew beforehand what we need to do. That's why we feel peaceful. Now imagine if we come here and Sister Sunyam did not know that she will do the evening chanting. Will you be nervous, Sister Sunyam?
Yes.
Brother Chantal, if you didn't know that you would offer a guided meditation, would you feel like anxious and stressed? No, so he's a very good practitioner. So Brother Chantal is often well prepared for anything that comes. However, Sister Sunyam, she would like to be well informed what she would like to do. And I myself, the one who receives information, make sure that my brother and my sister are well informed, and that is my responsibility, and communicate with them as much as I can. And this is an expression of love when we keep each other informed. In order for togetherness continue to exist and have a positive impact outcome, harmony plays an important role. You know, when I was a novice, I was practicing to write the word harmony, like a calligraphy harmony. And I noticed the word harmony started with H-A-R-M, harm. And I say to myself, do we need to harm one another in order for us to have harmony? It seems like sometimes, yes, we need to harm one another, which means sometimes we have to disagree with one another in order for us to have harmony. And so it's the same. In order for us to be peacefully together, sometimes we can have disagreement. It is not only the harmony that brings us, allow us to be peacefully together, but different points of views, disagreement, ideas need to be exchanged, can also lead us to be able to be peacefully together. And as we know that there is always an art for everything. And peacefully together also needs to have an art. And this art, we need to practice it more when we ourselves and other people have disagreement. And the result that we want is peacefully together. We don't want to end whatever the meeting or a family dinner or a conversation with a heavy heart. But before we go into that, I would like to ask some questions for us to reflect on. When we say the word together, what image comes to our mind? Is it the slogan of Hillary Clinton presidential election in 2016? Together we are stronger. Is it an image of many people sitting in one place? Many people marching on a street to call for change? Is it an image of trees standing next to one another in a forest or in our neighborhood? Is it the animals joyfully together in the desert, in the forest, or fish swimming happily in the pond? Have we ever thought of an image of us with a cup of water as together? Have we ever thought of learning to hold our two hands as an image of together? Or is it we only think of holding somebody's hands as an act of togetherness? What about if we learn to hold our two hands? What about an image of us sitting in a car by ourselves driving to work? Can we consider that as together? What about at times when we practice sitting meditation by ourselves, under a tree, in a room, or we're in the restroom by ourselves? Can that also be considered as together? Why not? I don't see why not. I would like to invite all of us to have different kind of images of together than the ones that we usually have. Together, I am by myself, breathing and living in the present moment. Together, I am enjoying my meal, chewing the food thoroughly. Together, I am drinking my water with mindfulness and know that how fortunate I am to have water to drink when I am thirsty. Together, myself with the water, together, myself with the food, together, myself with the car, together, myself, with my ancestors, with my parents, and with all other conditions that make it possible for me to be here today together. And I see that once we are able to learn to be peacefully together with the objects that I'm holding my water. I am taking my time to drink my water. I am put my water down with mindfulness and with peace without creating any noise. Then at this very moment, I am together with my water. I am one with my water. Together can also mean oneness. Oneness doesn't mean separation. Oneness can also mean together. So in our daily life, let us train ourselves to be peacefully together with the objects that we are in touch with. It can be the steering wheel of a car. It can be with a phone. How are we when we pick up the phone and call someone? Is it peace inside? Is it anxiety? Is there compassion? Is there joy in our heart when we dial a number of our loved ones and call that person, knowing that this person is still alive, answering a phone call? And when we are brushing our teeth, with our hand holding the toothbrush and brushing our teeth, are we together with the toothbrush? Are we together with our teeth, knowing that, oh my goodness, I have teeth to brush? How are we together at those moments? If we are mindful and know that, breathing in, I know I am brushing my teeth. Breathing out, I feel so happy. Then right away, in a click of less than 5 seconds, we are able to be peacefully together with ourselves, with our teeth, with our toothbrush, with compassion and with peace. And if we are able to do this every day, then when we are sitting with our family for dinner or just hang out, we can feel peaceful because we have cultivated the seed of peace in our daily life when we are by ourselves. And it helps to strengthen a seed of peace when we are with other people. You might think that, yes, it's very easy to be peaceful when I'm by myself, when I am in contact with the object that my hands are able to touch. You think that's easy to do. I want to congratulate you if you think it's easy to do. Then you're doing a good job. But please know that there are many people out there who find this task to be very difficult. Because physically, they are not healthy. Mentally, they are not strong. Emotionally, they are unstable. Spiritually, they are limited. Psychologically, they are insecure. Some people drink water without knowing they are drinking water. They cry while drinking water because they suffer greatly. Some people are not able to be at peace when they are holding a knife and cutting a carrot because the discomfort that they experience. And when they see a knife, they don't see that as a tool to cut vegetables, but they see that as a tool to harm themselves. So if at this moment we are able to be at peace with the objects that we are in touch with, please be happy. Because not everybody can do that. And so we are doing that for these people. This is a miracle of life. So continue to consider that as easy so that you can do it more. Don't think that it's so easy that I just do it like a machine. Then that's when you're sitting with your family and somebody has a different point of view with you about different social issues. Anger started to come up, frustration, social distancing, barrier. So how can we be peacefully together when we are with someone that we disagree with? Again, we don't just cultivate the energy of peace when we are with that person. We must do our homework first. And then when it's time for examination, we will know we'll ace the test. So let's say if every day we wake up, we take our time to go to the restroom, brush our teeth, peacefully together with ourselves in the mirror, we put on our clothes, aware that we are breathing in and breathing out, be in the present moment, peacefully together while putting on our clothes, enjoying our breakfast, peacefully together with our breakfast. And knowing that at 10 a.m., I will have perhaps a big meeting with my manager, with my boss, with my colleagues. And I know this meeting will be a difficult meeting. Then at least in the morning, you cultivated some peace. So in the meeting, we come back to our breathing. We sit, we listen, and we ask ourselves, what can I do to be peacefully together right now with this group of people I am with? How is our sitting posture? Do we have a tendency to move around? Do we adjust our posture whenever we disagree with something? Pay attention to that. And remind yourself, okay, just sit still. Just breathe. Just listen. Listen to what the other person has to say. Don't be too quick to judge. And then when it's our turn to share, we will share. And in our sharing, there is clarity, like brother clarity. We are establishing ourselves with the words that we share, like Sister True establishment. We share what we need to share. But be firm if need to, but add peace into it. I'd like to share with you a story. I love to share story because I think story helps people to remember. You know, there are some things in our lives that we wish to have peaceful, that we wish to be peacefully together with. It's our dream. It's our dream to be peacefully together with our dad, with our siblings, with the people that we care about. We all have the same dream. But because of our habit, of upbringing, background, different different conditions, different points of views that lead to more distancing and separation. But deep down in our heart, we want to be peacefully together with. This is the year 2020, so I wanted to do something new in my life. Before, I would call home to my dad almost like every week. And our conversation was never deep. My dad would share with me what has been happening in the world. I would ask him questions about our relatives in Vietnam. And that was it. It was just superficial. Nothing stayed in my heart after our conversation. And I wanted to change that. With the pandemic, with my dad's age, who is now 75, impermanence can come anytime and he will be gone unexpectedly. Death comes unexpectedly. How can we bargain with that? So I want to change. I want to improve things. And I asked my dad, Dad, I would like to listen to you share with me stories of your childhood, of how you met Mom. What was your wedding day like? What was it like growing up without having a dad? You spent 7 years in prison. How do you maintain your strength, perseverance? What was it like when they release you and you become a free man? You had 4 daughters. What was one thing that you worry the most about your daughter? I asked him these real questions. I thought for the last 36 years, I know about my father. But no, I did not know. Because we argue more than we agree. So I wanted to share on topics that at least we can have some understanding with one another. It doesn't have to be social issues. It's about my dad's life, my dad's upbringing, my dad's challenges. And I'm so fortunate that my dad has been very open to answer all of my questions. And he kept on saying, if you have any questions, just ask me. It took me 36 years to be peacefully together with my father. Isabel, please listen with us. I was able to do it is because I did my homework. It's because in my daily life, I learned to be peacefully together when I drink my water, when I use the restroom, when I mop the floor, when I cook. And I was able to do that because I put my dad's differences and my differences aside. Because at the end of the day, he's my dad and I'm his daughter. It's a small differences, and I don't want small differences to affect the love that I have for my dad, for my family, for the people that I live with. Because the foundation is that we want to become more compassionate, more loving, and we don't want to harm anyone. See? That is something that we have in common. My dad might support Trump, but I'm not going to let that affect my love for my dad. Because I know that my dad does not want to harm anyone. My dad wants me to be happy. I also want my dad to be happy and healthy. I'm able to be peacefully with my dad is because I am aware of impermanence. That at this moment he's still healthy, his memory is still good. And I want to make good use of it. For him to tell me stories that I want to hear. I'm able to let go of my anger that I have toward my dad. Because I saw that carrying this anger inside for years after years do not solve anything. So I cultivated love. It might be difficult to transform anger. So I cultivated love. I cultivated understanding. And slowly anger decreases and even dissipate. I'm able to be peacefully with my dad, whom I had difficulty with. It's because I'm grateful to him, because of gratitude. I'm grateful for the things that he had done, like making sure I had food to eat, making sure that he would take me to school program on the weekend, making sure that I am safe. At the same time, I'm also grateful for the things that he did not do that made me happy. I'm grateful for that he didn't drink and drive. I'm grateful for that he never hit my mom. I'm grateful for that he didn't abandon us. I'm grateful for that he didn't want me to harm anyone. So we see that if we want to be peacefully together with someone, we must change our way of thinking and act, behave differently. We have to start with ourselves. So be peacefully together with ourselves first, and then we can be peacefully together with others. When we look at ourselves in the mirror, do we have compassion for ourselves? Is there peace in our heart? Or do we only focus on the negativity that we have? When we drink a cup of water, do we have peace inside? Or do we just rush? And when we meditate, do we send compassion to ourselves? And when we are with someone who is difficult to be with, do we respond or do we react? It's up to us. I'd like to end just by saying this. Many conditions come together. interbeing. We can't exist by ourselves. Many conditions come together for us to be here today. We are grateful to our parents, our ancestors, to our teacher, to the Buddha's teaching, to Mother Earth, Father Sun, to the farmers, all these conditions. And now it's up to us to make it manifest beautifully or not. Let's say we have a cup of water with us. Now it's up to us to drink it with happiness, with peace, or with anxiety, with frustration. That's up to us. When someone comes and share with us something that is difficult to hear, consider that as a gift. And if it's a gift, we can either receive it or we can return it. We don't have to keep it. When someone offers us a gift, we can receive it with love, with compassion. And if we don't like it, we give it back. So why do we need to sit there and be sad for so many days? Because we know life is impermanent. With the coronavirus, we don't know what will happen. So please, cultivate peace. Because we deserve peace. Cultivate compassion. Because we deserve compassion. What do we deserve? Peace, compassion. So the other person also deserves the same. And this can help us to be peacefully together when we are by ourselves and when we are with other people. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Ngheim. I really, really appreciate that reminder that we have to be peacefully together with ourselves. Reminds me of one of Thai's calligraphy that says peace in oneself, peace in the world. So really good reminders, and thank you so much. So I really want to give everybody who's watching and listening a chance to join us and ask questions. We will move in a moment to Zoom so that everybody can ask questions and interact with our friends from the monastery. In order to close this part of our meeting, we typically do a chant. So let's invite 3 sounds of the bell, and then I will do the chant, and we'll migrate over to Zoom after that. Countless beings we vow to free, ceaseless afflictions we vow to end, limitless truth doors we vow to open, the deepest paths of awakening we vow to realize.